came from Black spiritual music.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get into this video. So lovelies, I came by this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought I'd share you guys. You know, Beyonce have indulged in country music, and this actually got a lot of people talking, and some people were like, who actually invented country music? Why? Some folks were like thinking that they were the one that invented, you know, country music, and this got people talking, guys. I was just able to put up some stitches as well as the video. I'm just gonna roll the clip. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment or whatsoever. We just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into the video.
Black people are mad at me because I said that people of color invented country music and not black people specifically. And you know what I have to say to that? I am sorry. I totally misspoke in that video. I misrepresented the creation and origins of country music as a whole, and I would like to genuinely apologize for the way that I phrased that. Now, I figured today could be a little history lesson for all of the non-black folks out there who did not know that country music was in fact created by black people. Country music originally was a form of storytelling. Now, a little bit of background here. Country music is fundamentally comprised of a few key components: string instruments, storytelling, and simply put, vibes. I don't know about you, but when I think of the banjo, Appalachia, bluegrass, and country music all come to mind. Much like a lot of the instruments that we hear and use today, the banjo was brought to the US by African slaves. They would fashion the banjo and a lot of other stringed instruments out of things like gourds, dried gourds, which is just absolutely fascinating to me. Anyhow, these stringed instruments would be used during the inception of what we know today as blues. And blues was the parent genre of so many styles of music that we hear on the radio today, including country, because of the heavy storytelling that was often found in blues music. And here's the important part. At the time of the inception of country music, black people were not allowed to be in spaces where white entertainment took place. So it was very common for white people to put on blackface and perform this blues-esque music that was created by the African slaves. And get this, the music was so good, even when it was being used as a joke for entertainment, that it started to be taken seriously in mainstream media. So literally, black people created a genre of music, white people stole that music, did it on stage in blackface for entertainment purposes, and the viewers of these racist depictions liked the music so much that it started to gain traction and became a popular music genre. And of course, the credit goes to not black people. And over time, country music has been influenced by other POCs. Spanish music is another example of something that has influenced country music over time. But in my original video, when I said it was created by, I should have said black people. So I'm sorry. I hope this video was insightful and that it taught you something. And I'm excited to see what Beyonce does with this country album. I think it's going to be one for the books. So much love to you, sweetheart. Have a beautiful day. Now it's your turn. You go tell your friends that country music was created by black people. And let's start giving the credit where it is due, my friends.
Do you know where country music came from? It came from the songs that slaves would sing as they were working. It came from Black spiritual music, and it came from blues. The current iteration of country music is a mixture of blues and black.
Let's talk about how country music was created by black people. Now, there's a myth that you've been taught. You've been taught that country music is the music of white Southerners. The truth is that country music originated among enslaved Africans. Let's start with the banjo. The banjo is an important part of country music. Yet, this instrument originated from West African lutes, which were instruments that were brought to America by enslaved Africans. In fact, the banjo is an African instrument that was an integral part of slave music. Country music is based on the song of the enslaved person. However, country music was labeled as hillbilly music and then was marketed as for whites and not blacks. Black country singers received no credit for their music. Banjos were used at festivals and contests were held that black people were not allowed to participate in. Yet even the sound was modeled after songs by enslaved Africans. Country music is not white people music.
Since Beyonce announced her new album with its featuring of country music, a few eyebrows have been raised, mostly by the non-melanated crew. But were you aware that black people actually invented country music? There are many sources that can be found making this claim, but the one I'll be using is this one. This is an excerpt from said article. It states, country music is a melting pot of black culture. Hillbilly music in particular is a combination of folk songs created by African immigrants from the British Isles in the 18th and 19th century. Southern black people invented the banjo and the fiddle, popular instruments used in country music in the 1690s. You may also be surprised to learn that the first country music star was a black man. His name was Deford Bailey, and he was from Smith County, Tennessee. He played what he called black hillbilly music and incorporated his harmonica with it. He lived a long, healthy life and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2005, as we see here. For more information on Deford Bailey, you can visit this link. Thank you guys and have a day.
Did you know that black people invented country music? Yeah, you heard me right. White people learned how to play the banjo from black people, specifically black slaves and former black slaves. Black slaves would sing songs while they were working that then became folk music, which then became country music. Almost all genres of music originated from blackness.
Like, seriously, lovelies, due to the new musical released by Beyonce, this actually got a lot of people, thinking and asking questions of who actually invented the country music first. And some white folks are like, they are the one that invented country music. But meanwhile, the story of country music begins with the banjo. The modern day banjo is a descendant of a West African instrument made from gourds called the acquaintance. In reality, just like most popular musical genres, country music in the USA began with black people, most specifically the story of country music with the banjo. The modern day banjo is a descendant of a Western or West African instrument made from gourds called the acquaintance. When enslaved persons were taken from Africa to America, their instrument came with them. For 400 years, enslaved people created their own music, spiritual and field songs, all which rooted in African music. According to the 1840s, the banjo was seen as exclusively black instrument. It was unheard of for a white person to play the banjo. In the 1850s, minstrel show came into raging popularity. These shows were a terrible racist form of satirical entertainment in which white people would dress in blackface to mock black people and black culture, performing the music and dance of enslaved people with instrumentals such as the banjo, which these shows portrayed African Americans as lazy, stupid, and foolish stereotypes that originated on the plantation and still lingered as overreaching prejudice towards black people. Then, somewhat unintentionally, minstrel shows introduced the banjo to white audience in a palatable way, such that the banjo was quickly appropriated by white people. The minstrel show laid the groundwork for the rise of habilitative musical roughly around the 1920s. So, saying that white people actually, originated country music is something like a fallacy. These people are people that is very good in, appropriating culture. They'll just, get something from you, mix it and turn it to become theirs. After World War I, hillbilly music was officially rebranded as country music and commercialized. Lovelies, music is shaped by those who market it, make it and consume it. For decades, since centuries, country music has been dominated by white artists, marketed by a white industry, performed to white audience. But the black artist that has been the foundation in making country music what is it today cannot be forgotten. To name a few, The Ford Belly was the one of the first black musicians to gain recognition and was the first to play the Grand Ole Opry, a big deal for country musicians. Even as at today, black artists still face a number of difficulties breaking into the industry. And also, it is also essential to acknowledge that in the history of country music, black women are nearly entirely left out. This is largely because black women facing both racism and sexism were given no platform at all to break into the industry. The first black woman to enter the country world and gain commercial success was Linda Martell, who released her first album, Color Me Country, in 1970s. In the past decades, we have seen the number of black female country artists grow, yet they still face discrimination. Despite all these challenges, there are still many black women working to change this narration. So therefore, country music was created within the poor, rural, working class communities of America. It is generally accepted that country western music has direct lineage to music performed by immigrants who settled in the Appalachian Mountains and the African American communities throughout the southern United States. So, saying that people of, actually invented country music is something that is just, it's not acceptable. Guys, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not, support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. So please share this video, subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video. To this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that this channel, we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. So why not, share this video, subscribe to my channel if you're yet to do that, and turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified.